Hey guys, we're here. QualityShot Tennis is here finally. Bit of a late start, but we're here for the Alcaraz Tsitsipas match. That'll be an absolute blockbuster. Few difficulties behind the scenes. Bit of a late start, but we're here now. This is going to be Faison's call. Anthony filling in just for the start of this one. Faison had to do a little bit of something. Filling in for Faison just for the start of it. He asked me to fill in. Bring the start of this one for you guys. Yeah, a little bit of a difficulty there getting to the match, but we got there. And Alcaraz versus Tsitsipas. This one's going to be fun. I was going to be watching parts of this one anyway, so I'm happy to commentate. Well, yo, what's up, Jarab, MJ? We got here somehow. Some way, but it's Alcaraz versus Tsitsipas. And one game apiece, love 30. Alcaraz looking like the massive favorite for most people. 4-0 against Tsitsipas. Even 2021 had that crazy match against Tsitsipas. Got the win. So, yeah, sorry, guys, for a late match start. One game apiece. We're here now. We'll be here for the rest of the match. Faison's going to be here with the call. He asked me to fill in for the start of it. So I'm here. If I need to be here, then I'll be here. But Faison will be up here later. And we're here for the call. We are here for the call. Go down the score real quick. Got the score on the screen. There you go. Hey, yo, what's up, guys? How you guys feeling? Big RG quarterfinal. Alcaraz trying to cement the Alcaraz-Djokovic semifinal that so many of us have been waiting for. Tsitsipas trying to be a spoiler. Who do you like, Anthony? I like Alcaraz. It's just Tsitsipas brings the best out of Alcaraz. It seems like Alcaraz can rush Tsitsipas's backhand even on clay. Alcaraz just seems like I think Alcaraz has said Tsitsipas himself is the worst at anticipating and reacting to Carlos's drop shots. So yeah, that's it. Scoreboard, yeah. Hopefully it should be good now. Yeah, what's up, guys? We're here for the RG quarterfinals. Glad to have everybody watching. We got about 70 people on stream. One game piece. We'll be here for the rest of this one. You better believe it. You better believe it. Serve out wide is long. Already a couple of break points for Carlos. A couple of break points for Carlos. Serve to the backhand of Carlos. Backhand Tsitsipas. Backhand Alcaraz hits the net. Forehand of Tsitsipas. Alcaraz runs to the forehand. Forehand inside out from Tsitsipas. Too good. Alcaraz goes for a lot on the pass, but it's just not a very high percentage shot. He probably could have put one other in play. Goes for that shot. It's all right. 30-40. It's all good. 30-40. Okay, no scoreboard on stream. I see it on my side. I'm going to see if I can change that. No. Playing around. Let's see. Can you guys see scoreboard now? Can you guys see scoreboard? I can see scoreboard on my side. Gonna try to get that working. Don't know why it's not working. Max 10, I'm not ready for the Carlos and Novak match. Yeah, that would be exciting. Draw off Anthony, a little freeze. Yeah, hopefully that gets back. I see a little bit of lag, but we should get there. We'll get here. We'll get there, guys. We will get there. Score's not showing up. All right, score's not showing up. Let me see if I can change that real quick. Gonna have to go into the settings here. Hey, what's up, Maltese Disco Mate? Here for the start of this match. Faison will be on here later. Hope to do it a little bit of justice for the start of this one. Night match. Obviously, we had a little bit of issues, but we're here now. And should be good. Backhand to backhand rally. Alcaraz with the break point. Backhand to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand Tsitsipas. Ooh, great one. Inside in, Tsitsipas. Effective, controlling the point with the forehands. Looking good. 1-1. 1-1 and deuce. 1-1 deuce. All right, another break point for Carlitos. Another break point for Carlitos. All right, is the scoreboard showing up now? I think scoreboard should be showing up now. I think we got everything going. Everything going fine. I think it should be working now. All right, quick break for Alcaraz. That's a start Alcaraz would have wanted. It's a little bit too much for Alcaraz, for Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas been serving great. Been serving great on clay. He had that match in Madrid where he served like an hour straight, just all first serves. So, it's going to be tough for Tsitsipas. MJ, has Greek ever won? Nope. The Greek has never won. The Greek has won. S-Sake says, I see the board. You are frozen. S-Sake says, no, it's okay. Hopefully I'm not freezing up. We got this a little bit late. The setup wasn't there. Hopefully I'm showing up fine. See if we can get that. See if we can get that going. But yeah, we're here now. We're here now. Anthony Hirsch on the commentary. If you saw me earlier, we had a great stream for the Djokovic Kachanov match. We'll see what happens. Jirov, Tsitsipas letting him swim for a bit. Yeah, no, that's true. Alcaraz 2-1. He's 2-1. And yeah, the problem with the Alcaraz Tsitsipas matches is that Alcaraz does bring the best out of Tsitsipas. You know, when you play Alcaraz, you have to bring your best. Yeah, because Alcaraz is everywhere. He gets effective, great shots from almost every position. And Tsitsipas knows he needs to bring his aggressive best. And that's good for Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas will like it at RG where he has time on the back end. But, man, does Tsitsipas bring the best out of Alcaraz? And that will not fare well for Stefanos. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. Forehand on the defense from Stefanos, way out into the corner. Backhand, Steph. The backhand, Carlos. Forehand, Steph. Steph will have to do a lot here to survive. Backhand winner from Alcaraz is a winner. Winner from Carlos. Going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Going to be tough pickings for Steph, even when he's playing well. Steph's best, I don't know if it's good enough for Carlos's best. That's what I've got to say. 2-1, 15 love for Carlos. Serve down the line, an ace from Carlos. Good signs on serve. After the first game, I was encouraged. However, the nerves, the aura of Carlos has hit Steph. Carlos didn't do much, and Steph gave away a serve. No, it's true. Steph needs to be mentally solid and needs to not give away serve. Usually he's pretty good at saving break points. He needs to do that. He needs to do that. Steph might have a chance on Carlos' serve, but Carlos has been better on serve this year than we've seen him. So it's going to be tough. Drop shot from Carlos. Steph runs. And drop shot winner. Drop shot too good. Steph pushes it long. Steph looking tight. Steph looking tight. Amir, Alcaraz. Yeah, looks like Alcaraz. It's looking like it's going to be Alcaraz. PJ Les, link to watch, please. Well, I think it's up on Tennis Channel or on NBC. I think one of those places should have it. So if you have one of those, that's a good place to watch. Maybe Discovery Plus, Fubo TV, Peacock. I don't think Peacock has it today. There are a few places to watch. But I will say RG coverage, I feel like, has been harder to watch than ever in a lot of different places. Good forehand return from Steph. Carlos on the full slide, even at 40 love. Carlos always giving his athletic best. RG replays especially have been very hard to find. But even RG live coverage, it's been tough. It's been tough. But yeah, I hope you guys have a place to watch too. And if you don't have a place to watch, hopefully the stream can make you feel a little bit like you're in the match. Back in return from Steph to the forehand of Carlos inside out. Mir says Steph's scared. Maybe. He's looking nervous. He's looking tight. He's looking tight. We'll see. Thank you guys for joining stream. Quality Shot Tennis. Anthony here on the comms. Faison will be here a little bit earlier. He asked me to fill in, but happy to do it. Huge match. Alcaraz, Tsitsipas. This is where you want to be. They always have great matches. The big thing now is that Tsitsipas is no contest for Alcaraz, 4-0 Alcaraz. My big thing is Alcaraz and Tsitsipas, they always deliver, and you know that. You know they're always delivering. You saw it at the U.S. Open. You saw Barcelona. Even Miami was a straight setter, but the shot making in that match, two tweeners back-to-back at 1-1, some of the highest level hardcore tennis of all year last year. Alcaraz, Tsitsipas in Miami. Alcaraz in Miami is main line. Alcaraz Miami is main line, and that Steph match was amazing, even if it was straight sets, that first set especially. Alcaraz Steph, they always bring it. They've had drama too. Seems like they put the beef in the past, but neither have forgotten those moments, though. I'll say that. I don't think either have forgotten. But they're looking nicer towards each other. That's good too. But the main thing is there's both great watchers, both great shot makers, very flashy, the both of them. And let's see what Tsitsipas can bring. He'll have to play one of his best matches he's ever played to take down Alcaraz at RG. Alcaraz trying to get into an absolute amazing semifinal. That would be highly anticipated. 15-all. Backhand of Alcaraz at the back end of Tsitsipas. Down the middle. Alcaraz shank forehand. It's going. Only Alcaraz that could possibly be going in, but lands on his side. That got way too close. Alcaraz shanked it into, for any other player that would go into the crowd. That was like an inch from landing in. Right off the forehand. Man. Andrea, Alcaraz ruined tennis game. Nah, I don't think so, Andrea. Whenever I go out to play, I'm just thinking, man, can I try to pull off an Alcaraz shot with his athleticism? Oh, speaking of an Alcaraz shot, screamer on the run forehand. Alcaraz bringing a lot to tennis, a lot of fresh, great tennis, a lot of great shots, and I'm loving every second. Loving every second. You gotta let the new guys come in, and Alcaraz is that guy. Alcaraz, Sinner, Runa, they're those guys. Feast, Korda, Fritz, Musetti, Draper, that's those guys, and they're coming in fast. 30-all, good serve on the line, down the line, big forehand cross. If anyone is ruining tennis, it's players like Nick Kyrgios, verbally abuse officials and scream obscene language. We don't want to see people verbally abusing officials or anything like that, but certainly the tennis Kyrgios brings, I think, is great, and he brings a lot of fans in. That part of Kyrgios is not good. I'll say that. That part of Kyrgios is not good. But we need people adding new stuff to tennis. Great shot makers, and Alcaraz is one of them. But yeah. Then this is a fun one. Both great shot makers here, Steph and Carlos. Both flashy. Alcaraz, forehand cross, drop shot, Tsitsipas, Alcaraz is Alcaraz. 3-2. Tsitsipas trying to stay close despite that bad game at 2-1, I believe. Trying to stay close. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the stream. We'll be here for the rest of the match. Faison will be here later. I'm filling in for the first part. Anthony here on comms. Anthony Hirsch here. Hi, Anthony and everyone. Yo, what's up? Yeah. What's up? We got the stream late, but we're going to be here for the rest of this one. Better count on it. Better count on it. You know we're not missing this. Alcaraz trying to get to Djokovic. Alcaraz trying to get to Djokovic. Djokovic with a tough first setter. One of the better matches I've seen in the event so far. Cashing off a very high level in that match. And Alcaraz trying to... and Djokovic paid up clutch. Alcaraz will have to be clutch here too, because I think Stefanos is going to be tough. But Alcaraz seems to be a very good matchup for Carlos. So, Carlos seems to be a very good matchup for Stefanos, I mean. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. What's up, Zeraphine? Who do we have in chat? The Maltese Disco Mate. We got everybody in chat. Good to see. It's great to see. – 3-2, though. Alcaraz with the early break. This is the start that Alcaraz would have wanted. Alcaraz just not hitting that many errors so far, and he's hitting a lot of winners. Really not letting Tsitsipas hurt him in any way, and we've seen that too many times with the Alcaraz-Tsitsipas rivalry. Tsitsipas not enough to hurt Alcaraz, and Alcaraz has the machine gun on him that can just go at Tsitsipas all day. He's got the machinery in the pocket. Hard machinery. Too much for Steph. Steph completely mistimes a backhand. Ball just flies through him. I'm sorry to laugh, but Steph, just jump is hilarious. That's hilarious. Too bad for Steph, but Alcaraz, it's all Alcaraz right now. Again, Steph with a whiff. This time off the forehand. Whiffs a backhand, whiffs a forehand return. What is going on? Steph needs to focus in, not be so tight, and get a better grasp here. Because when he's getting the shots, they're not going that bad, but he's missing a lot of weird shots. 30 love, 3-2. 30 love, 3-2. Backhand, right on the baseline from Steph on the return. Backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand inside out. Forehand Carlos. Down the line with a screamer. It has to be over 90. Over 90 miles per hour. MJ, go Carlitos. It's the start he would have wanted. Starkey would have wanted. That's for sure. The Maltese disco mate reminds me of a Federer shot that was replayed all the time at the French Open where he just jumped up, completely whips the backhand. It can look funny. But yeah, Carlos is going to frustrate Stefanos all night long. I think so, Zara. Think so. Carlos fist bumps. Quick start for Carlos. That's what he would have wanted. And the momentum is there for the Carlos Novak match. There's a long ways to go against the RG 2021 finalists, but we're getting there. We are getting somewhere, and it's Alcaraz on the return now at 2-4, or at 4-2, I should say. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Alcaraz backhand to the Tsitsipas forehand, backhand down the line. Tsitsipas defends with a lob just out. He tries to get it on that baseline, and the ball just decides to go past it, just an inch or two. In tennis, that's all it takes. Love 15. It's all it takes. It's either in or it's out, and that one landed just out. Good scramble, though. Good scramble. Yeah, we got a lot of people in chat here. Let's get hyped. Let's get hyped. See how Alcaraz looks for that Djokovic semi. Even if you feel like Alcaraz is playing the better tennis than Djokovic, Djokovic is different in best of 5. And if you've been watching the last 15 years, you know that Djokovic is different in best of 5 and Djokovic is different. So I just have to say, we have to see how Alcaraz is looking. He has to play amazing to get past Djokovic. And we saw Djokovic. He wasn't looking like himself at all until that second set breaker in that Kachanov match, but he picked it up. He picked it up and turned it up. He can do the same against Alcaraz. But right now, it's all Alcaraz. 2-4, love 30. And this is how he'll want to play against Djokovic. Slices and drop shots won't do bad against Novak either. Backhand, waits for it. Hits it right back at the Steph backhand volley. Steph in the net, love 40. 3 break points, and this is the start that Alcaraz would have dreamed of. 2-4, love 40. From Tsitsipas' perspective, against Carlos Alcaraz, the world number 1. Against the world number 1. 3 break points here for Alcaraz to break the first set open. Hopefully the second, third, fourth sets are a little bit closer, but we'll see. We want to see an epic here. Forehand. Oh, what a shot from Alcaraz. Alcaraz is playing with a different game control. These guys have like 3-4 options at every shot. You can hit it across, hit it down the line. Alcaraz is playing with a game control that has about 20 options from any position. That was nuts. What a shot. That's one of the shots of the tournament so far. Alcaraz hits one of those every match. What a shot from Carlos to go up 5-2. Screamer. Unbelievable, says Maltese Disco. He was a mile from that ball. Gets a racket on it with ease. Comes under it. What a shot. What a shot from Carlos. I want to see the replay. Amazing leg strength. That right leg just giving the extra step and just carves around that ball. Just carves around it. Amazing shot from Carlos. Wow. One of the shots of the tournament so far. It's up there at that Tsitsipas backhand around the net. That was crazy too against Schwartzman. That was crazy too. This match so far, all Alcaraz so far.
Hello. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it.
All right, Faison's going to jump out. I'll see you guys later. Faison with the call. Stick around, guys.
See you later, Anthony. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Guys, so Alcaraz serving for the set here at 5-2 double break, and the Spaniard is dominating proceedings early doors here. I have to say, not not too pleased in the fact that I don't know how competitive it's going to be if Alcaraz takes his first set. Hopefully, Tsitsipas can fight back. We want to see a close match. Good serve that clips the back of the service box from Alcaraz. Forehand cross deep into court from Tsitsipas. Forehand into out from Alcaraz. Backhand from Tsitsipas is short. Good drop shot. Oh, it's an absolute peach of a drop shot from Carlos Alcaraz. And I have to say, very, very impressive. Very, very good. Alcaraz special. And the multi says, Fazan, yes, how you doing? Thanks to everyone who's joined as well. Thank you to Anthony for covering. Oh, into our forehand from Tsitsipas, and it's a beautiful drop shot again from Alcaraz. Oh, he's just toying with him. He's toying with him. And yeah, thanks, Anthony. Indeed, Amika's match almost finished. Hold on, it's at least 3 sets. We haven't even had a third of this match yet. The match definitely hasn't finished yet. So that wide forehand is shanked from Tsitsipas. 40 love. MJ says, hi, Fazan. Hey, MJ, how you doing? Far from finished. Amir, it's only the first set. Or Amir, even. To say your name properly, I know how to say it. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Amir. The Maltese, Peaches, Gerafine, Matthew. Well, everyone's getting stuck in. Serve into the net from Alcaraz. Second serve into the backhand of Steph. He's got 2 set points here, or 3 set points even Alcaraz. Into and forehand from Tsitsipas is too big for Alcaraz. Slices into the net. That's much better from Tsitsipas on the front foot. 1 set point save, 2 more to go. Right. So, yeah, Matthew said Steph looks frazzled. Sad to see. Oh, yeah. It's hard to disagree with that, isn't it? Served on the tee from Alcaraz. Forehand down the middle from Alcaraz. Forehand cross from Tsitsipas. Forehand down the line from Alcaraz goes long. Very good. So, another breakpoint saved. Matthew says, feel demoralized watching Steph. He doesn't help himself. He has to be able to be stronger on serve and play first strike with his forehand. Do you know what's really funny, Matthew, is that I would say, generally speaking, he's actually top 3 in the world at hitting serve and forehand. The issue is I don't think he's done it very well today, as you said, and also I think Tsitsipas hasn't been allowed to by Alcaraz. As he hits the forehand long Tsitsipas, Alcaraz does take the first set, 6-2, very comfortable set, very, very comfortable set, to say the least. Of course, the winner, by the way, will face Novak Djokovic. That's the match that everyone is potentially looking to. Alcaraz versus Djokovic, who came through in 4 sets against Karen Khachanov. Yeah, Matthew, you make a really good point. I think the issue for Tsitsipas is that actually that is one of the biggest positives in his game. If his serve and forehand isn't firing in unison, and that means hitting his spots, getting Alcaraz on the defensive, and then being able to have that first strike or that +1 shot be a forehand, if he's not able to utilize that effectively or being able to utilize it at all, then he's going to be in trouble. And that's exactly what we've seen today. So that's some really, really good insight, Matthew, as well, to be honest with you. And I 100% agree. The issue is going to be for Tsitsipas. Can he pick it up? Because his win percentage behind first serve for that set was at 53%. That is way too low for someone with the serve and forehand that Tsitsipas has. Alcaraz at 93%, which is very, very high. So Tsitsipas not being able to make inroads into the Alcaraz serve, and Tsitsipas isn't able to hold serve very easily. 13 winners to 4 unforced errors for Alcaraz, 7 winners to 6 unforced errors for Tsitsipas. So it wasn't a horrific set of tennis from Tsitsipas, but it seems to serve better and dictate more. Exactly what Matthew was saying. MJ says, do you work from home, Fazan? I do, yeah, I do. Although I'm starting a new job in a few weeks, and yeah, in a few weeks, and yeah, I mean, I'll have to go into the office once a week, which I'm kind of moaning about being. In all honesty, it's only once a week. But yeah, working from home really helps with the channel, of course. We will be doing a We'll be doing a preview for Rude versus Rublev, by the way, as well. That'll come out later today. And I think the thing for me is I I'm thinking about Runa versus Rublev and Echeverry versus Zverev. That half, they've got a really, really good opportunity, in my opinion. Those guys to make a final, and it's whoever takes the opportunity. Tsitsipas got to reset here. They're going to water the court. I'm not really sure how helpful that's going to be for Tsitsipas in the start of the second set. It just slows down things. Amir Khan says, but who will beat him? I don't know. I mean, Djokovic, I guess. If it's not going to be Tsitsipas, Djokovic is going to be the one that everyone looks to do something. And I do think that, personally, I think that Djokovic is going to be the favourite in that one. I'm not saying that Djokovic is going to win, but he is the favourite. Anyone that thinks he's not, I'm not really sure what to say to you, in honesty, because he's that good, in my opinion. And he has 22 slams. Back it up as well. Yeah, apologies, by the way, at the start. Basically, I had my. Oh, here we go. 2-6. Well, 6-2 even. Tsitsipas serving in the second set. He's serving first. It's an advantage if he's able to hold serve straight away, even. Second serve. Forehand is run around from Alcaraz down the middle. And that's exactly what Matthew was saying. This is the forehand Tsitsipas. The return was down the middle. It was a forehand down the middle. Not really a huge amount of depth on it. Tsitsipas, I mean, he normally will hit that forehand in his sleep with aggression into a corner, and instead hits an error. Exactly what Maltese is saying here. Lots of errors. Yeah. Serve out wide, gets a short ball into in forehand. Much better. Oh, but I tell you what, I said much better, but Alcaraz somehow gets there and completely crunches that forehand cross court. I mean, Alcaraz. Oh wow, what a pass cross court. Tsitsipas nowhere near it. It just seems like, where's Armin said it here? Dude, it looks like a teacher playing with a student. It's hard to disagree. It's hard to disagree. It's a shank from Tsitsipas for the +1 shot. He is struggling here to find any sort of form. Matthew says this is frightening stuff. Alcaraz is beating the world number 3 without breaking a sweat. If he beats Novak with a margin on Thursday, God help the rest of the tour. No, I mean, he's not playing that well, though. Yeah, the multi says Matthew absolutely Alcaraz is in some scary form. I hear the rest of the tour are biting their nails watching this. Matthew says Fazan, no way. In these slow conditions, I make Carlos a big favourite. I disagree. You underestimate the fact that Novak, the experience that he has, and that it's best of 5, and the fact that Djokovic has won Roland Garros twice, and I think people forget how good he is on clay. He would have won so many Roland Garros tournaments if it wasn't for Nadal. Tsitsipas shanks the back. Oh my god, shanks the forehand, trying to go into in. He gets broken straight away. What is going on? What is going on? A shocker. Absolute shocker. I mean, that's the worst possible start from Tsitsipas in the second set. He had to hold, you felt, to make it, or start at least the second set in a good vein instead. I mean, he just started off the second set where he left off in the first. Morty says, I was talking about my typing errors on, but yes, it looks like a teacher playing with a student. You're right. You're right, Amir. Maltese says really poor, yeah. Just Tiny, I don't get this comment. I don't get this comment. All right, backhand down the middle from Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand here. Into out from Alcaraz. Into out from Tsitsipas. Oh, into out again from Alcaraz. Backhand into the net though. And the crowd are cheering as if Tsitsipas has won the match or won a set because he's won a point, but seems monumental. Hoping Steph can find some sort of form here. Max says Carlos is hungry, the Wolf to win Roland Garros. Max says, Fazan, do you think Alcaraz would have had the arm wrestle Novak deal with Fucsovic, Alejandro Davidovich, Fokina, and Hatching off his levels of. Matthew, this is dangerous. These are dangerous comments. You better be careful because this happens a lot with you. You say these completely outrageous comments and they come back to bite you. As Tsitsipas misses a forehand 15 all here, Alcaraz serving to consolidate the break. Look, Djokovic peaks at the right times. What you're missing here, Matthew, is that the early few matches mean nothing. They mean nothing, and also styles also make a difference as well. We're not talking about Alcaraz versus Fucsovic against Djokovic versus Fucsovic. We're talking about Djokovic versus Alcaraz. If you think Alcaraz the levels above, I'm not quite sure what to say to you because that's not true. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas, backhand to backhand here. Into out goes Tsitsipas. Backhand again from Alcaraz. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Backhand in the middle from Alcaraz. Forehand in the middle from Tsitsipas. Forehand to forehand here now. Forehand on the line from Alcaraz. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas. Slice. Drop shot from Alcaraz. It's a beauty of a drop shot. 30-15. Thing is, what you have to remember, Matthew, is that Alcaraz was the favourite last year at Roland Garros. He was actually a pretty clear favourite. Well, the bookies made him one anyway, against Nadal and Djokovic. And he lost in the quarterfinals to Zverev. All I'm saying is best of 5 is a different ballgame. He hasn't played a Djokovic Nadal. Sinner was 2 sets to love up against Djokovic last year. Djokovic beat Alcaraz at Wimbledon. And then, Sinner beat Alcaraz at Wimbledon. And then Sinner played Djokovic. Just 2 sets to love up and he lost in 5. A 5-setter is just a whole different ballgame, I'm telling you now. So out wide from Alcaraz. Beautiful drop volley, 40-15. There's a different ballgame against those guys anyway. Against a Nadal, a Djokovic, for example. Marty says you're playing a dangerous game, Matthew. He is. He's playing a dangerous game. We'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, we can debate it until the cows come home, I guess. And he's entitled to his opinion. You might be right. Maybe Alcaraz destroys Djokovic's straight sets. Oh, beautiful point. Really good. Alcaraz manages to, hits a queener there. Trying to stay in the point. There's a slice initially from Alcaraz. Tsitsipas and no man's land. He hits a lob volley. It's actually a very good one, to be fair. And it's not actually a tweener. It ends up just being like a behind the body shot from Alcaraz. Doesn't make it 40-30 though. He's still got a game point. Served on tee is missed from Alcaraz. Second serve. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Forehand from Alcaraz into in. Forehand from Tsitsipas is long. He does hold 2-love. Just Danny says, that's what I mean. The game has gone that way. Either you're a nut or you're a proper and genteel, especially at Wimbledon. Where are these comments come from, though? I'm so confused. Zverev will get there and won't be truly tested until the final. He was beginning to cramp against Novak in the Olympics final. Semi-final it was, but yeah, he was lucky it was only 3 sets. Well, I don't know if he'll make the final, to be honest with you, because he's got Echeverry. I actually can see Echeverry beating Zverev tomorrow, in all honesty. I'm not saying he will, but I wouldn't be surprised, in all honesty. Also, Rune and Rublev, whoever wins that, I think, is the favourite to make the final. Second serve from Tsitsipas, forehand to forehand here. Massive forehand on the line from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross from Alcaraz. Backhand from Tsitsipas. Backhand from Alcaraz drags Tsitsipas out wide. He goes down the line though. Forehand cross from Alcaraz has Tsitsipas on the stretch on the forehand. He finds the net. Love 15. Tsitsipas, I mean, this could be embarrassing if he's not careful. Needs to hold serve here. Good serve out wide. Gets a short return. Has to put it away. Goes into the forehand. He does. Much better from Tsitsipas. The crowd roars. They know it's important. If they want to see some quality competitive tennis, they need Tsitsipas to play his part. Casey says, hey, yeah. Hey, Casey, how you doing? Justani says, oh, about the comments. Novak can players belly aching about treatment by fans. Okay. I see. Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, out of nowhere, Justani's like, you're either a gentleman or you're this. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Right, second serve here. Into the backhand of Alcaraz, down the middle, backhand to backhand here. Now slice from Alcaraz, short slice, backhand cross from Tsitsipas, backhand on the line from Alcaraz. Forehand from Tsitsipas goes cross court, forehand down the middle from Alcaraz. Good forehand from Tsitsipas, right into the forehand corner of Alcaraz. Good depth, and he gets the mistake from Alcaraz. And Tsitsipas, I think, almost, in my opinion, might have a bit too much respect for Tsitsipas. I know he's been, a bit too much respect for Alcaraz even. He's been talking a lot, has Tsitsipas, about Alcaraz, saying how, he looks up to him and he plays an incredible brand of tennis and he really admires him. Like, I think that's all fine, but he also needs to be able to believe that he can beat Alcaraz. I'm not quite sure he has that belief, in honesty. The head-to-head is 4-love to Alcaraz. And, yeah, I just don't think he has belief maybe that he's better than Alcaraz. Can beat him. Double fault from Tsitsipas. 30 all. Max in the house. Casey, call me weird, but I can see you singing the song Hey Ya by Outcast. Fair enough. Casey with the Alcaraz emoji, of course, and you can get those by becoming a member of the channel. Look, there's a Alcaraz and Tsitsipas emoji. Oh, good serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Drags Alcaraz out. And Alcaraz doesn't make the return. Good from Tsitsipas. Much better. 40-30. Justani says Tsitsipas gives Novak a better game than this. Hey? Do you mean Alcaraz gives... I don't understand. Tsitsipas gives Novak a better game than this. Oh, right. Okay, I get your point. Second serve, backhand to backhand, and then he plays better. The scoreline isn't as one-sided. Backhand to backhand, and Tsitsipas finds the net. Juice. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's not being able to shorten the points Tsitsipas as he likes, as he would like even. That's the problem. I think just hasn't been effective enough with the serve and forehand. Hasn't made, I don't think, enough first serves as well. Hasn't backed it up well enough. As there we go. See, another first serve finds the net. Must be collapsing a little bit in his action. Second serve coming up. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand in the middle. Forehand cross from Tsitsipas is in, is it? Oh, it is. And the forehand from Alcaraz, though, drifts long. Very good. Very good from Tsitsipas' advantage. Surefine says, I have a feeling that Carlos will give Novak a lot of problems. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying that Novak is going to destroy him. I'm not even saying Novak's going to win. It's not going to. I don't agree with Matthew's comment that Alcaraz is levels above Djokovic. It's a crazy comment in my opinion. Backhand return from Alcaraz goes into the net. Good serving from Alcaraz. Sorry, good serving from Tsitsipas even. And he does manage to at least get on the board here. 2-1. It's only one break of serve. Still there. Justine says, the thing is, like a prize fight tennis is styles makes fights. No one can come in and bagel Alcaraz on any given day. That's the thing. Justine, you put it exactly the way that it should be. Styles make matches. I do not think that, and I'm not saying that Novak's going to bagel Alcaraz. I'm not saying Alcaraz is going to I think it's going to be a close match. I think it's actually pretty evenly poised, and that's my point. I just don't think either player is going to dominate it I'd be very surprised if it doesn't go 4 sets, if not even maybe 5. Okay, fine. So that's fair. So Matthew's saying, Fazan, not levels above Novak, but dealing with the rest of the competition, he's levels above. So, okay, so I get your point. So if that's what you're trying to say, then yeah, I think Alcaraz has been handling the rest of the competition. So anyone outside of the top, whatever it is, your Djokovic's and your Nadal's, he's been handling them better than Djokovic and in quicker fashion anyway. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair to say. Casey says, "What do you think about Carlos staring off or starting off quickly and Nole slow?" Yeah, I mean that's the thing, and I could see, and Nadal did something similar against Djokovic in previous matches at Roland Garros, and he ended up getting into a lead and taking the first set and really destroying Djokovic in the first set. And Alcaraz could potentially do that. To be honest with you, the question is going to be, can Alcaraz win 3 sets against Djokovic? Because that's the thing, right? We saw today with Djokovic, lost the first set, came back nicely, and started playing some really good tennis towards the end of the last 2 sets. Double fault from Alcaraz, love 15. Max says, I miss when team was in his prime, gave Novak a hard time. Yeah, agreed. Gave everyone a hard time, didn't he? A is better than B, better than C, but better than A. Yeah, that's true. It's a merry-go-round. Backhand from Tsitsipas is deep into court, into win from Alcaraz on the forehand. Forehand cross from Tsitsipas is missed. He looks disappointed, as he should. 15-0. Casey says, looks like we're going to get that matchup. Yeah, it does. And the positive thing about that as well is that we're going to get both players probably with a similar amount of court time under their belts. So it's not like one of them is going to be more fatigued than the other, you'd imagine. It looks like they're both going to most likely be fresh. Sonny says, I think Alcaraz's youth will put Novak in the game, even if Alcaraz's levels above him. It will get him who he's in there with. I don't think he's afraid of either, to be honest with you. Oh, good serve from Alcaraz. Tsitsipas doesn't make the return. 30-15. The multi says, I wish Domi would play well again. Agreed. Carlos wins 2.5 sets, then we'll see against Nole. Max says, I hope team can win a 250 title. I think he can, yeah. No, I mean, I think we'll see. It's more to do with wrist than anything and confidence as well, but I think it's mainly the wrist. I don't feel like it's 100% still. Good serve. Great backhand, though, from Tsitsipas on return down the line, then goes into... Oh, how's he missed it? How's he missed it? Oh, Tsitsipas. The backhand return was really good. Crunches it down the line. I mean, you won't see him hit many better backhand returns than that. And then he gets a short ball to attack, takes it on the rise, the forehand. Goes long, though. Trying to go down the line, 40-15. 40-15. Serve out wide. Forehand down the middle from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross. Alcaraz at the net. Drop volley is too good. 3-1. The backhand was right at Alcaraz. Looped straight to him. Jeremiah says, dang, I miss team. I so hope he'll be back to where he was. Yeah, agreed. Justini says, it depends on the makeup of each set. A bunch of 6-4, 7-6 sets is different than 6-2, 6-3, 6-1. Yeah, agreed. And I think Djokovic will have a bit more time on. If you look at the total cumulative time anyway on court, I think Djokovic has played more. But I think neither players had really grueling, 4 or 5 hour matches. So that makes a difference. Max says, I wish that injury would have never happened for team right after the US Open. Yeah. After he won the US Open. Yeah, agreed. Bad miss on the forehand from Tsitsipas. And love 15. Casey says, where is team playing? Well, team played at Roland Garros, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he was at Roland Garros, wasn't he? He lost early on, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a quick look. No, he did. Yeah, he lost to Cashin in 5 sets. He was 2 sets of love down, came back to level things up, and then lost in the 5th set. Double fault from Tsitsipas, love 30. Tsitsipas is not playing well here. The last service game by Carlos Steph hits 2 great backhand returns, but then fluffs the forehand. Oh, they're so desperate to compete, but you can be too desperate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Served on the tee from Tsitsipas. Short return. Smash from Tsitsipas. Backhand, though, from Alcaraz was actually a pretty good one, but it's a good volley. Good composure from Tsitsipas on the net. 15-30. Justani says if you're a teenager, you can play 5 long sets every day. Not a factor, but you're 36. But when you're 36, yeah, that's true. Casey says, I think Cam said he's playing a challenger. He is. So he lost in the first round of Roland Garros. He's now playing a challenger in Germany. He beat Ochida in the first round. He's playing Martinez of Spain in the second. It's good. I mean, he just needs to get matches under his belt, to be honest with you. 15-30 here, Tsitsipas. Serve is a second serve into out forehand of Alcaraz. Into in forehand from Tsitsipas. Forehand goes into the net from Alcaraz. 30 all. Casey says, thanks, Gross. Sure, let's have a quick look. Serve is good from Tsitsipas. Return missed from Alcaraz. 40-30, much better. No, it's clay. It's a clay tournament. Serve is into the net from Tsitsipas and drifts wide. Second serve coming up. Has a game point. Second serve is a double fault. Juice. Justani says, you know what? I'm 62 and play pretty high level. I beat 30-year-olds. Wow. But I take 10 days minimum to recover. Yeah, makes sense. But I think, again, and this is with all due respect, the comparison of 62 to 30 is very different from 36 to 19, especially as well when these guys are in the recovery that they have, like the technology, the physios, etc. I'm not saying that Djokovic won't get more tired or more fatigued than Alcaraz. I think that's pretty natural, but I do think there's more of or less of a gap even with the physicality when it comes to elite sportsmen. And Tsitsipas makes a mistake, so it's another breakpoint opportunity for Alcaraz. Add up 3-1 in the second set to go a double break up. Serve out wide, backhand down the line from Alcaraz. Backhand is a pass from Alcaraz, doesn't make it. Oh, but Tsitsipas hits a volley that's not very good, to be honest. It's a pretty nothing volley. Alcaraz gets there, dinks it cross court. Oh dear. And Tsitsipas broken again. 4-1 here in this second set. He's struggling. He's just struggling to really cause consistent issues for Alcaraz. There's a decent serve out wide, gets a backhand down the line, goes forehand on the line. And then actually, to be honest with you, he gets a pretty easy volley and he kind of in between a drop volley and a volley deep into the corner. And it just leaves him open. He's a sitting duck at the net, and Alcaraz just passes him easily cross court. Casey says, "Have you been following Surbiton? Maybe you've been there." To be honest with you, I know Surbiton relatively well, the town. I haven't been to Surbiton. I've been to Queens, and I've also been to Wimbledon, but I haven't been to Surbiton. But didn't Murray just win Surbiton? Justani says, I'm predicting this match turns somewhere. They always do. In the slams, it will go 4 sets. Okay, let's see. I'm hoping you're right. I'm hoping Tsitsipas wins a set. At least, let's see. Casey says, no evidence yet, Justini, and the head-to-head is one-sided. That's true. Jerofine says, this is not the match I expected. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I thought he might win in straight sets, Alcaraz, but I didn't think he'd win like this, if that makes sense. Let's see if Tsitsipas can fight back. Good serve from Alcaraz, goes into it with the forehand. Dirty drop shot. That is an absolutely filthy drop shot from Alcaraz. Thing is, he's got so much time. Tsitsipas just isn't hitting with enough depth and not enough power through the court to trouble Alcaraz enough here. Jerofine says, this is not the match I expected. Yeah, Casey says Murray won his match yesterday, finals of this weekend. Justini says, so did you have strawberries and champagne? I don't drink, but I did have some strawberries. Surbiton tennis. A bit away from the main town unless you're driving. Yeah. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas, and it's into and forehand from Alcaraz. That is missed. So 15 all. It's a good return from Tsitsipas deep into the backhand corner. Alcaraz tried to run around. It was an awkward into and forehand. So 15 all. Justani says, are the strawberries otherworldly? They're pretty good. Matthew says, Alcaraz doing Alcaraz stuff. But when there have been pockets for Tsitsipas to exploit, he's so anxious he fluffs his lines. Yeah, I agree. Into up forehand from Alcaraz, then goes into it again. Approaches the net. Backhand from Tsitsipas is decent. And it's a volley from Alcaraz, lob from Tsitsipas. And then actually, Tsitsipas gets a smash, puts it away. That was Alcaraz's point to win. And Tsitsipas ripped it away from him. To be honest with you, the first volley from Alcaraz wasn't very good. It's a nothing volley. It's a lob from Tsitsipas, and then Alcaraz tries to lob Tsitsipas at the net. It's a good smash. Definitely stole that point. Did Tsitsipas. I'll be happy with it, though. 15-30. Can he do something here? Max says, I'm still thinking who can win tomorrow in the quarters, Casper and Holger Rune. Yeah, I think my big question mark is around how that 5-setter against Cerundolo affected Holger Rune. Good serve out wide, gets a short ball into out forehand from Alcaraz, and a smash put away from Alcaraz, lets it bounce. 30-all. Justini says, I would get smashed if I was there, but I'm fair enough. Casey says, have you been to Birmingham? I have been, yes. It's like I've been to the city Birmingham. I haven't been to the Birmingham tennis tournament. Sorry, I probably should clarify. Joe Fine says it's like Tsitsipas is starstruck. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I think he's almost giving him too much credit potentially. Serve into the body of Tsitsipas. Goes down the middle into and forehand from Alcaraz, and the forehand cross from Tsitsipas goes long. So 40-30. Max says, oh, to be a fly in the wall and watch this match in the crowd. Yeah. Justini says, Alcaraz, Novak is the championship game. Yeah, I think it's hard to disagree that whoever wins that is going to be a big favourite in the final. Max says, you're right, Fazan, and if Rune has recovered quickly for the match tomorrow. Exactly. Casey says, I could clarify 2 low bars asking about the city. Yes, I have been to the city, Birmingham, yeah. Tsitsipas has come back from the dead before, has he? Give me an example. Give me an example of when he's come back from 2 sets to love down and gone on to win. Don't think it's happened very often. And definitely not against the caliber of opponent of Alcaraz. As a second serve is on the menu here for Tsitsipas. Joe says Nadal Australian Open. Yeah, that's Nadal though for Tsitsipas. I need an example of Tsitsipas doing it. Backhand from Tsitsipas is missed. Oh, it's a bad return. Goes long. 5-1 Alcaraz. Tsitsipas kind of flailing, in all honesty. Not really much going on. 1-5 Tsitsipas serving to stay in this second set. This has been an underwhelming set of tennis, in all honesty, mainly because of Tsitsipas. I mean, I was expecting a lot more from the big man. Not to be, though, so far. Oh, forehand down the middle from Alcaraz, then goes slice cross court into out from Tsitsipas. Backhand down the line from Alcaraz. Forehand cross from Tsitsipas is out. Love 15. Matthew says Jurov is saying it was against Nadal Australian Open. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tsitsipas did it versus Nadal in Australia. You're right. Yeah, he did. Yeah, actually, that was in 2021. Or second serve into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand. Oh my gosh, shank from Tsitsipas. Please, please, Steph, I beg you to do something. Just to actually play like the player you are. Play like a number 5 seed. He's complaining to his box. I don't know why. David says, Steph just showing no life whatsoever. Yeah, I know. I agree. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy to watch. I can't believe my eyes, in all honesty. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe Steph can do something here. I mean, there's still some time. It's just time is running out, though. It's not going to get any easier for him here. Serve into the forehand of Alcaraz, but he goes backhand into out. Forehand from Tsitsipas on the stretch after a fantastic backhand on the line from Alcaraz. Love 43 set and break points here for Tsitsipas to save. What's he saying? He's saying to his box something about control. I don't know what he's saying. Does anyone speak Greek? Joro says 2021 indeed lost 6-3, 6-3 in the first two sets. 6-3, 6-2. Stefanos needs substance in this match. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He just needs to find some sort of fight. Justani says, oh, code violation for time. I mean, he was talking to his box for a long time, to be honest with you. You can't do that midway through a game, but it doesn't matter. He's going to have to save 3 set points here, 3 break points on his serve, and avoid getting breadstick. Let's see. Second serve. It's a double fault. Oh, this is a shocker. This is an absolute shocker. I can't. What am I watching? Come on, Steph. You can do this. Come on, Steph. Come on. Do something. Alcaraz is such a fantastic player. Tsitsipas should not be losing 6-2, 6-1 in the first 2 sets of this match. No way. If he's playing the level that he should be, this shouldn't be happening. Dave says this is so awful. Yeah, it is. I mean, he needs to go and have a bathroom break or something. Go and have a bathroom break. Go and do something. Like, come on. It's crazy. Troy says Apostolos is getting a meltdown. Yeah, Steph's head is completely lost in this matchup. Just has no idea. Crazy. All right, I'm just going to stretch my legs. We'll be back in 2 seconds for the third set, which I'd be very surprised if it's not the final set, but hopefully that's not the case. Ah, there we go. And Justini says Steph, yeah, was near a championship. He was. I mean, he was 2 sets to love up against Djokovic in the 2021 Roland Garros final. Blew it, really, in all honesty. And then, yes, the final this year against Djokovic in the Australian Open final, you're not really expecting him to win that. Justini says it might be Alcaraz is that good. He is supposedly hitting bigger spin than Nadal and harder than anybody. Yeah. No, Alcaraz is fantastic. I just don't think Alcaraz is that good that Tsitsipas should be losing like this. Tsitsipas is playing some shocking tennis right now. David says Alcaraz could wrap this up in under 2 hours easy. He wins and playing maximum hours. What is he going to be like playing the absolute minimum? Served on a tee from Alcaraz. Then goes drop shot. Tsitsipas gets there, does he? Yeah, just. Back on the line from Alcaraz, so easily put away. He's toying with Tsitsipas here. This is just... Oh, it's just easy. Easy. It's like, when you go and play at your local club and you come up against someone and you just know you're much better than that person. You're just much better than that person. And you can do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do against players of your caliber or better. That's exactly what Alcaraz is doing right now. He's just toying with him. So that wide is in. Good backhand return there from Tsitsipas. And into and forehand from Alcaraz finds the net, 15-all. Now he says Leighton Hewitt was a world number 1 and a 2-time major winner and then owned him in the head-to-head. Not as painful as the head-to-head, but it has a similar feeling of dominance. Shout out Jack Draper and Fazan. Yes, shout out Greg and Jack Draper. Served on the tee from Alcaraz. Backhand in the middle from Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand here. Backhand is shanked from Tsitsipas long. Oh, man, this is just it's painful to watch. Like, things, I know the level that Tsitsipas can play, and this should be competitive. It's just nowhere near that. David says the kick serve was a huge component of the Alcaraz win versus Djokovic last year. How's his serve in this match so far? It's been quite good. Yeah, I think the kick serve is going to be key against Djokovic. The issue he might have is that Djokovic is probably returning the kick serve a bit better. He knows it's going to come as well. I feel like in Madrid, he hadn't played Alcaraz before. It's a bit of a surprise. Djokovic is the type of player, in my opinion, that it takes him a bit of time to adjust to new players that he plays against. Not everyone's like that. I feel like he is one of those. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be an intriguing matchup if we get it, which it's looking very likely at the moment that we will. So let's see. We'll see. Serve out wide from Alcaraz. Forehand down the middle. Backhand down the middle from Tsitsipas. Forehand into out from Alcaraz. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas. Into in from Alcaraz again. Winner. Oh, hello. One love Alcaraz. David says also higher bounce in Madrid and kind of warming up in the year. Exactly, yeah. I think Djokovic doesn't peak in Madrid or Monte Carlo. He tries to peak towards the back end of Rome, which is why he's won Rome so many times and also Roland Garros. It's just unfortunate that a certain player named Rafael Nadal has always been there, so he hasn't won as many as maybe expected. But what I would say is that, again, as you said, Madrid also is high altitude. It's a lot quicker. Roland Garros is in its slower conditions. Now, Matthew said that he thinks that's an advantage to Alcaraz. Not really sure who that's an advantage to, in all honesty, because I feel like both players they have versatile enough games that they're good on all types of surfaces. But yeah. Zero Fun says this is just sad. David says I didn't get to see your preview for this match. Guessing you said Alcaraz in 4. I don't even remember what I said. I might have said Alcaraz in 4. Yeah, I would have said Alcaraz in 3 or 4. I wouldn't have said Tsitsipas, and I wouldn't have said Alcaraz to win in 5 either. Good serve from Tsitsipas, but the return comes into his feet, and he shanks the backhand. Love 15. It says Stefanos looks like he just wants to go home and find his bed. Maybe he does. Served on the tee is in. Forehand is very good from Alcaraz, and goes down the line. Backhand on the line from Tsitsipas as Alcaraz volleys. Dink from Tsitsipas down the line. Backhand cross from Alcaraz. Oh, it's a little volley from Tsitsipas into the forehand corner. Alcaraz misses the pass, goes long. 15-all. Got away with that a little bit. The volley, again, not really a drop volley, not really a deep volley into court. and he got caught at the net there. Bit of a sitting duck. Alcaraz misses a regulation forehand, really. It was just unforced error. A big bounce could get to Djokovic's shoulders. There's just tiny, yep. Short return from Alcaraz. Massive into out forehand from Tsitsipas. Much better. Good serve. Gets a shorter return. And then is clinical on the plus one forehand. That's exactly what he needs to do. Yes, it's not easy against Alcaraz. Yes, some of those forehands might come back into play. But he's got to give himself a chance. 30-15. David says, saw an Opta ace stat, biggest ace performance at Roland Garros since 2008 for Novak with 11. Yeah, Novak served 130 mile per hour ace down the tee against Khachanov. He was serving big in the last 2.5 sets, especially. A good serve from Tsitsipas into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand, net 40-15. Dave says, does that mean the shoulder woes are over? Well, he had issues with the elbow, right? It was the elbow that he had issues with, from my knowledge. I mean, I don't think it's strapped anymore, is it? I watched the match, so I'm just trying to think whether it was strapped or not. I don't think it was. Second serve from Tsitsipas. Backhand in the middle is deep. Shank from Tsitsipas, 40-30. And it's been one-way traffic. Carlos Alcaraz is one set away from a semi-final, a tasty semi-final against Djokovic. It's a block return. Alcaraz into the forehand of Tsitsipas. He's missed it, though. Does the right thing, tries to be aggressive cross-court. I mean, he's got all the time in the world. Probably needs to give himself a bit of a bigger target to aim at. I mean, it is juice, so 2 game points come and go for Tsitsipas, and this has been a little bit of the problem. He hasn't been able to be consistent for 3 or 4 points in a row. So out wide from Tsitsipas, then goes backhand cross. Backhand from Alcaraz. Down the line goes Tsitsipas with the backhand. Forehand cross from Alcaraz. Forehand from Tsitsipas. Cross court finds the net. Advantage Alcaraz. Breakpoint opportunity. And you can only imagine that if he gets broken here, it's probably dead and buried this match, in all honesty. This is a really crucial first service game in this third set for Stefanos Tsitsipas. Massive, massive moment. David says Tim Hemmond sounding tired on commentary. He's seen enough of Steph's errors. Probably I can't blame him. Served on the tee from Tsitsipas is wide. Second serve coming up. Second serve into out forehand of Alcaraz. Then goes forehand on the line. Backhand is a slice. Drop shot from Tsitsipas. It's not good enough. Oh, the drop shot isn't good enough at all. He's just not committed to it, really. I think he's scared he's going to go into the net. Way too deep, and Alcaraz gets there, dinks him cross court, passes him easily with time to spare. Alcaraz gets the early break in this third set. He's 2 sets and a break up now, Alcaraz. Is there any way back for the Greek? I highly doubt it. I really do. He hasn't really shown me anything to indicate that he has a set in him at all. Well, let's see. Crazy things happen in tennis and in elite sport. David says he's just trying anything right now, has no idea what the solution is, as does pretty much everyone else on tour. Backhand down the middle from Tsitsipas is short. Alcaraz goes forehand cross. Forehand on the line from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross from Alcaraz again. Backhand to backhand here. Into that forehand from Tsitsipas. Then goes backhand on the line into the net, though. 15 love. I think, in all honesty, though, David, I think he could have looked after his service games, though. Like, Alcaraz is not stopping you from hitting a certain percentage of first serves in. He's also not stopping you from hitting your spots either. That's really down to Tsitsipas, and he hasn't done that enough today. The forehand, the returns are right. Okay, fine. Some returns you'll say, okay, not really much you can do with the +1 there, but there have definitely been a lot of opportunities in this match where you could have done a lot more with a +1, especially on the forehand side. And that's his bread and butter. Drop shot from Tsitsipas. Alcaraz gets there, dinks it. It's a reverse drop shot. It's beautifully done. Fantastic touch at the net from the Spaniard. David says it will take a meteoric performance from Nole. Wow. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Matthew says when the forehand opportunity is presented to Steph, he's so petrified of Alcaraz passing him, he ends up overhitting the forehand. Yeah, I think he's worried that he can sometimes hit the approach shot with not enough on it or not enough direction or depth. And Alcaraz is very good at passing players in the net. And I feel like he's caught in two minds. So that is definitely a good point, Matthew. I feel like he's been hesitant with the forehand in the forecourt. As it's a missed return from Tsitsipas, 40 love, 3 game points to consolidate that break. Sheriff finds his thoughts on Rude versus Rune. It's a good question. We'll answer that in a second. Good serve on the tee from Alcaraz, forehand into net from Tsitsipas. He does hold 3 love here in this third set. Well on his way to a superstar showdown with Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals. Thoughts on Rude versus Rune? I mean, it's an interesting one. I think I actually picked Rune to win Roland Garros, which seems like a pretty crazy call in honesty. But after that 5-setter versus Cerundolo, I'm kind of wondering what he's got left in the tank. Now, I'm going to do a proper preview on this, by the way, later today. So keep an eye out for that preview because I'm going to break it down strategically and really have a think about what's going to develop in that match and also what to look out for. But Rude should not be underestimated. And I actually think, given the 5-setter against Cerundolo, he's probably a slight favourite, Casper Ruud. I know he's got a favourable head-to-head as well. The Holger Rune beat him recently in Rome and has at least broken that duck. I feel like if Rune went into the matchup at Roland Garros without having beaten him, then that could be it could have been a bit of an issue, in all honesty, because mentally it could have been tough. But Rune, in all honesty, like a Djokovic or an Alcaraz, I feel like he's got this elite mentality. Casper, does he have the same? Not sure, but his game on clay is very good. And I feel like he hasn't quite peaked yet either. He was very good against Jarry, who beat him in Geneva last week as well. So I don't know. You know, stay tuned for my preview, I guess. I've had a bit more time to think about it. Malty says, I'm incredibly disappointed with this match. Was expecting this to be very close. I wasn't expecting it to be very close, but I was expecting it to be a lot closer than this. Max says, Carlos having the time of his life in this match, like Dirty Dancing, yeah. I was expecting, a few tight sets, or even 4 sets to Alcaraz. Forehand in the middle from Tsitsipas, and then it's a massive forehand cross from Alcaraz. Tsitsipas can't handle it. Goes long. Love 15. Zero Fine says, agreed the Maltese. This is just sad, sad, sad. This score in the quarterfinal, what a fraud. Dave says, yeah, obviously it's been a terrible performance from Steph, but that comes initially from having no clue coming into the match. During the match, seeing the match being taken away from him in lightning pace. Yeah, I get your point. I think the mental scarring from the Alcaraz losses, there's a lot to be said about that. And I think Tsitsipas doesn't particularly handle maybe losses, especially this type of head-to-head record against Alcaraz. I don't think he maybe is able to get past it as well as other players potentially. I think it does play on his mind. He overthinks it maybe a little bit as well. And as I said, that's why he's been talking about Alcaraz a lot. And I feel like he's focused more on what Alcaraz can do than what he can and should be doing. That's kind of how I've read this match. Second serve coming up. Oh, sorry, let first serve even. Andres says, I've had enough of Spaniards on the clay. Why? What's wrong with the Spaniards? What's wrong with the Spaniards? David says, yeah, lightning pace, yeah. Serve out wide from Tsitsipas, drags out Alcaraz. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas, comes to the net. Alcaraz on the stretch. Smash put away from Tsitsipas. Very good. Very, very good. 40-15. Or 30-15 even. Carlos says the eye of the tiger, says Max. The Maltese says 100% David has no answer of what to do. David says Rune has the edge in a lot of Masters matches, but Rude has been here, done that in later or latter stages of Grand Slams. That's true. He's got the experience, but he's not as experienced as, say, a Djokovic or Nadal, etc. So I don't know how much bearing that does have, but it definitely is some sort of advantage. How big it is, I'm not sure. Second serve into the middle of the box, and he rips the forehand. Tsitsipas has missed it though. Alcaraz? Sorry, he's missed it. Yeah, he's got away with that Tsitsipas. It was a pretty tight second serve. Not much on it. Missed forehand return from Alcaraz. 40-15 here. 2 game points get on the board here, Tsitsipas. Matthew says, what permanent damage will this do to Steph? I don't think it will. I think he will, maybe in this matchup it will. Whenever he plays Alcaraz, I think he might be a bit scared. Whoa, wowzers. Return from Alcaraz down the middle, backhand cross from Tsitsipas. It sits up nicely. Alcaraz runs around the backhand, hits a lightning. I mean, it's a rocket of a forehand into out. Absolutely crunched from Alcaraz. 40-30. The Maltese says this is just humiliating. While number 3 being breadsticked and possibly bageled in a Grand Slam quarterfinal. He's not the world number 3. He's seeded number 5 in this tournament. But yeah, I get what you mean. Tristani says bageled. We'll see. Big Princey says, will he lose by 10? Well, I don't know. Probably not. Into our forehand from Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand here. Down the line goes Alcaraz with the backhand. He's missed it. He does hold. Gets on the border. Loud roar by the crowd. Tsitsipas taking the crowd. Come on, get behind me. Come on. He's shaking his head. He needs to get the crowd on his side. He needs to G himself up here. He needs something to get the blood pumping. Really find the fighter within until he's telling the crowd, yeah, come on, get behind me. Let's see. Will it make any difference? Bonjour, says 23 Maeva. Bonjour. The final was in last year when he folded already, ruined him, says Justini. It was 2021. It didn't ruin him, though, to be fair, the 2021 Roland Garros final. He came back nicely this year in the Australian Open, made the final. There's a stat 16 forehand winners to 3. Yeah. Someone shouting as Alcaraz is serving. I mean, come on. Multi says, yeah, my bad. Stefanos needs some psychological help, I think. Oh, dear. Matthew, for someone to make the final somewhat interesting, we need to see Rune or even Zverev in the final. Alcaraz will demolish anyone else. Agreed. Backhand in the middle from Tsitsipas. Forehand down the line from Alcaraz. Backhand from Tsitsipas clips the baseline. Forehand from down the line from Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand here now. Into out goes Alcaraz. Backhand from Tsitsipas is deep into court. Backhand cross from Alcaraz. Into out from Tsitsipas. Then goes into out again. Good angle though. Slice on the stretch from Alcaraz. Short ball. Tsitsipas goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Doesn't need to volley. It's a shank from Alcaraz. There's a fist bump from Tsitsipas. I'm getting a little bit hyped for this. Surely Tsitsipas can do something in this set. Matthew says Steph getting pity applause. Yeah, but it might help. It might help. Justani says Djokovic is studying this. I don't think he is, actually. I think he won't care. He'll be sitting back, putting his feet up, getting a nice ice bath, getting a massage. He'll be like, hopefully these guys play for as long as possible. That's what he'll be thinking. Serve is a let. David says, wasn't watching a lot of it. What happened first set versus Khachanov? Khachanov just served absolutely massive into corners. Played really well, Khachanov. And Djokovic definitely started off slow. He wasn't playing very well. And Khachanov served incredibly well and was absolutely crunching the forehand, to be honest with you. Tsitsipas misses the backhand return, goes long, 15-all. Second set was really touch and go, tiebreaker. And then Djokovic basically said, okay, I can't go 2 sets to love down here. And went up a gear in this tiebreaker, won it 7-love. Served on the tee into the body of Tsitsipas on the backhand, forehand cross from Alcaraz. Although Alcaraz is saying the return was out. It would have been a good return if it was in, but it is out. 15, or sorry, 30-15 even. Jerefine says Novak didn't really show up in the first set. He said he felt he didn't find his rhythm. Yeah, he was struggling with rhythm, especially a lot of moonballing actually from him because he was struggling to time the ball. Served on the tee from Alcaraz is a let. Kick serve miss from Alcaraz. Second serve coming up. Second serve into the backhand of Tsitsipas. Backhand deep into the corner. Into that forehand from Alcaraz. Forehand to forehand here. Goes drop shot. Tsitsipas nowhere near it. Beautiful drop shot. 40-15. Dave says, Jer, I felt bad for Sicilian today. Can't imagine how it was for you. Arena at different level. Yeah, she's very good. Jerafine isn't Ukrainian, though. I know she's got the Ukraine flag there. I think she's not Ukrainian. She's, I want to say, from Norway, right? Kasparud, Norway, I want to say. Could be wrong. Just starting to nowadays, Novak is usually belly aching about the booze or his body. Shank from Tsitsipas into the backhand corner. Slice from Tsitsipas goes long. He does hold Alcaraz, consolidates the break. Yet again, 4-1. Dave says, wow, Steph could have got there to that drop shot. I don't think he could have, to be fair. There wasn't much intent to try and get there, to be honest, but I don't think he was getting there, to be honest. Alcaraz is just like, yeah, easy. Easy as you like. Stefanos says Norwegian, correct. There you go. Max says Stefanos has only won 5 games at the moment. Dang, only 4. The multi says Novak will need to study this hard if he has any chance in a few days here. Dave says one of the storylines of the former top 10 ladies. Pav versus Fatina wasn't the best day for me. Max says, I wonder what did Steph do to Carlos to have the epic beatdown from Carlos. I don't know. Just starting says after the match, Alcaraz will go to the will go to the McDonald's, eat in the play area, then home to the Xbox. Just ID, man. Classic. Max's 4 games. Whoop. Yeah, it's okay. No problem. And Matthew says, I'm not sure how Novak hurts Alcaraz if he goes behind the baseline to stay in the rally. It's a slow death with the Carlos drop shot. Let's see. Let's see. Zero Fine says Stefanos will break down in tears after this, I'm pretty sure. You think? Nah, he won't. He'll be fine. It's only a quarterfinal. He'll be disappointed. I don't think he'll cry, though. Right, Tsitsipas serving here to make it 4-2. It's 4-1 down in the deciding, well, not the deciding set, in the final set, really. Drop shot, is it? I think it was an attempted drop shot from Tsitsipas. Not very good. Great net play from Alcaraz. And Tsitsipas misses a little dink down the line with the backhand. Oh, dear, oh, dear. A very athletic point from both. David says Carlos is smiling, but behind all that body shot Barcelona replaying in his head. Oh, God. Crowd doing a Mexican wave, lol. Yeah, that's when you can tell they're bored. So that wide from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross from Alcaraz. Great into and forehand from Tsitsipas. And it tips the line. And it's a drop shot. He puts his hands up. Oh, dear. The into and forehand from Tsitsipas was very, very good. It clips the tram line. And it's a beautiful drop shot. That's where this beatdown comes from, maybe. Serve is long from Tsitsipas. Big Princey says not sure how much Tsitsipas is losing by any update. Hey, he's 2 sets. There's the scoreboard's on the screen. Hey, the scoreboard's on the screen, my man. He's 2 sets to love down on 4-1 down in the third set. Justani says this is setting Alcaraz up for a letdown game. Oh, second serve is a backhand from Alcaraz that goes long. 30-15. Sean says Tsitsipas might get a set next time. Oh, God. Got a feel for the crowd. This match is not worth their money. Yeah, agreed. And that's why they're cheering on Tsitsipas, because they want to see something more. Slice from Alcaraz is short. Into our forehand from Tsitsipas is made. 40-15. Thing is, it's just a one break of serve at the moment. So if he holds, which is looking likely here at 40-15, he can just try and do something on the return game, which is easier said than done. And we shall see. Yeah, just on his game, my 17th point. Oh my gosh. Served on the tee from Tsitsipas. Comes forward. Goes drop shot. And that's what happens when you make your first serves and you hit your spots. It doesn't matter how good a player is on the other side of the court. They're most likely not going to be able to hit a very effective return. And he got a few shorter returns there and could do whatever he wanted with them. Either go big with the forehand, drop shot, find an angle. Look at this. Carlos Alcaraz, first serve percentage for the tournament, 69%. Today, 78%. Is up to his level, Alcaraz. That's the difference. Tsitsipas hasn't. His level has dropped. Slice is short from Tsitsipas on return. A drop shot from Alcaraz finds the net. Mistake from the Spaniard. La 15. Doesn't execute the drop shot well enough. David says, imagine betting on 25 plus games before this match. I have no idea if that's a normal bet or anything. Don't bet, but yeah, I imagine a lot of people would have lost their money. Served on a tee. I thought it was an ace, but it's gone long from Alcaraz. Second serve coming up. Second serve into the backhand of Tsitsipas. Oh, he's just gone long. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just starting to Tsitsipas is one of those guys you don't know what you get one day to the next. They said as part of an ACCA and losing because of that. What is it? Gosh, I don't know what I'm asking. Like, I'm gonna. Serve from Alcaraz out wide. A 15 all his forehand return into the net from Tsitsipas. 30-15. Okay, 30-15. Serve out wide. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas. Backhand on the line from Alcaraz. Comes forward to the net. It's an awkward volley. Makes it though. Drop volley. Slice down the line from Tsitsipas. Lob from Alcaraz. Smash from Tsitsipas. Put away. 30 all. Great point. Rastani says it turned. I predicted it, but Alcaraz will serve it out. He hasn't turned, just ID. What are you talking about? If it turned, he would have got a break back. He hasn't got a break back. A set can only turn if someone gets a break back. Otherwise, there's no turning in my book. Multi says, yes, David, that must be painful for those who did. Sean says, I want to see a left-handed shot, Carlos. Sean is taking a mick. Serve into the body of Tsitsipas. It's long though, second serve coming up here. Can Tsitsipas open up a break point, or will it be a game point opportunity for Alcaraz? Second serve into the forehand of Tsitsipas. He runs around the backhand, forehand to forehand here. Oh, Tsitsipas is rushed on the forehand and whips it wide, 40-30. Oh, Tsitsipas. Oh, how you've disappointed me. Mims25 says maybe this loss will make Steph stronger, maybe like he did with Medi. I don't know though, but the problem with that, Vims, is that Medi won matches after, but he hasn't played Alcaraz since. Now, if Medvedev plays Alcaraz after losing to him and beats him, then I'm like, yeah, fine, okay, great. But you know, if you don't then beat him after, I don't see how it's made you. It won't make him stronger in this head to head. I think what you're saying is he might up his level against the rest of the competition, but he's been playing at a pretty decent level this year anyway. He made the Australian Open final. I think people are forgetting that. As good backhand return from Tsitsipas, backhand into the net from Alcaraz. Juice here. Serve out wide. Oh, Tsitsipas misses the forehand. Advantage Alcaraz. Just Stefanos says, yeah, you don't know off of this what will happen against Djokovic. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Tsitsipas has played well enough for us to know, in all honesty. Also, completely different style. Serve out wide is an ace. Beautifully struck. He does hold. 5-2. The thing is, right, is that what I want to get is I want to get the Madrid match that we got last year between Alcaraz and Djokovic, but over 5 sets for the semi-final of Alcaraz versus Djokovic. That's what I want. The level of that Madrid semi-final was through the roof. I thought really, really good match. If we can get that, I'll be extremely happy. And give us at least 4 sets, please. Just Sonny says the Lord will not give you too much that you can't handle. Yeah. Multi says this is a snooze fest. Oh dear. Alcaraz is 1 game away here. 1 game away. Now the question is, what can Rune do against Rude and vice versa for tomorrow's evening match? David says Djokovic versus a fresh Rune in that final after a 5-setter. But Rune won't be fresh though. He's not going to be fresh against Rude. So the only way that works is if Rune wins in straight sets against Rude and then wins his semi-final in straights or a quick 4-setter. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. Vims25 says, I'll be so embarrassed if this happens to Novak. I will go into hiding. Really? Murder, oh God. Short return from Alcaraz into our forehand from Tsitsipas is good. Gets a smash opportunity, lets it bounce on the baseline. It's a great defensive backhand from Alcaraz on the stretch. He just lobs it up deep. And Tsitsipas has to end up hitting a pretty tricky smash from the baseline. He should make it, though, at least. He goes into the net, love 15. He didn't do much wrong there, to be fair, Tsitsipas, apart from that smash. But as David said, incredible lob on the stretch. Agreed. Justani says, this French is a snooze fest because Nadal is not here. Nadal makes the French like a great movie. I've actually enjoyed it, to be honest. Even though I'm a Nadal fan, but it's almost like, oh, who's going to take it? Who's going to take it? Sheriff finds says Carlos bulldozing his way forward. Yeah. Alcaraz got it all, says David. Second serve from Tsitsipas, backhand lob from Alcaraz, then goes backhand into the forehand cross from Tsitsipas, forehand down the middle from Alcaraz, forehand from Tsitsipas, and a forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Tsitsipas, backhand to backhand, drop shot from Alcaraz is too good. Too good, love 30. Tsitsipas is serving to stay in this match, and he's struggling here. Just being outclassed in every department. Multi says the one guy standing up and applauding when Alcaraz wins a point, at least he's enjoying himself. Yeah. Dave says bullying. Yeah, it is. It is. It's like that meme. What was that Simpsons meme? They're like, stop it. He's already dead, where they're poking with a stick. Vim says if it's under the roof on Friday, who would it favor? It's going to be super slow if the roof's on. Oh, man. Maybe Alcaraz. I mean, I don't think it favors either. I think they'd both hate it. Forehand to forehand here. And Alcaraz misses it. So 15-30. This is the forehand cross. Guys, as well, thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Remember to hit that like button, please, and do subscribe if you're new. We will be doing Runa versus, I was about to say Rublev. Runa versus Rune tomorrow, and probably one of the women's matches as well. Tsitsipas goes into on the forehand into the net. 15-42 match points here on Tsitsipas' serve. This has been a very, very disappointing match for the Greek, but for the Spaniard, it's perfect because he's setting up an absolute blockbuster semi-final with Novak Djokovic, who came through in 4 sets against Karen Khachanov. That's the match everyone's been looking forward to. As soon as the draw came out, Alcaraz versus Djokovic. We haven't seen it this year. Are we going to see it? 2 match points. So that wide forehand is missed from Alcaraz. 1 match point goes begging. Can he do it the second time of asking here? Good serve from Tsitsipas. Dave says Alcaraz got that last. Roland Garros is one of the favourites out of the way. He's ripping through the draw. Boy, if Alcaraz has improved as much as the players say he is and he stays healthy, there is 52 slams and he's 32. There are, but he's not going to win 52 slams. Injuries and other players playing well. I don't think he's ready to win Wimbledon, for example. We'll see. Second serve into the backhand of Alcaraz. Another match point here, of course. Into out forehand from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross from Alcaraz. Forehand into win from Tsitsipas. Forehand on the line from Alcaraz. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas is in, is it? Yep. Little sliding lob from Alcaraz. Smash from Tsitsipas. Lob from Alcaraz goes wide. 2 match points saved. We're still here. He's still breathing, Tsitsipas juice. Yeah, Vim says this is what's going to happen to Coco tomorrow. Very hard to disagree, in honesty. Dave says 2023, the year of the little Spanish whippet. Maltese, I hope not. Vims, I hope Coco uses her experience from her previous eager matches and has tried to do something. I can't see her not losing in straight sets, unfortunately, but we'll see. Okay, Juice here. Okay. Oh, backhand in the middle from Steph. Then goes, oh, hello. Forehand miss from Alcaraz. Advantage, Tsitsipas. Greg says, cue the comeback. Yeah, agree. Exactly. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Tsitsipas were to even win this set even? It would be incredible. Let's see. Even if he holds, I'd be quite impressed, to be honest with you. Served on the tee. Oh, is out. I thought that was very close. Second serve into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand cross. Forehand into out. Backhand cross again from Alcaraz is in. Good depth. Then goes drop shot into the net. So Tsitsipas. Oh, Tsitsipas. He lives to fight at least another game. 5-3. Alcaraz will have to serve it out here. It doesn't take the 2 match points on Tsitsipas' serve. Justani says people are even predicting big things from Alcaraz here at the French. Yep. Vim says her goal is to not be double bageled. Isn't that everyone's goal? I told you, says Justani. Did you? Let's see. Dave says, does Steph believe? The best Morpheus voice. Yeah, I don't know. Does he? Serve down the tee from Alcaraz. Backhand on the line is absolutely sweetly struck. Tsitsipas doesn't even move. Vim says, if he can come back from this, give him the trophy. Mate, give him a medal. Max says, great comment, David. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, guys, appreciate you guys getting involved. Thank you for tuning in, you legends. Remember to hit that like button, please, and do subscribe if you're new. Helps us with the algorithm, helps us to grow, all that good stuff. Thank you. Serve is long from Alcaraz. Second serve coming up. Just only says I've been triple bagel 3 marriages. Oh my god. Second serve into the forehand from Tsitsipas, who goes down the middle, forehand cross from Alcaraz goes wide, 15-all. Matthew says Coco will be a lot more competitive. You think? I disagree. Let's see. Me and Matthew is good. Me and Matthew have differing opinions on a lot of things, and I like it. It makes for good conversation, good debate. I don't think she's going to be competitive, in my opinion. We'll see. What? So if Tsitsipas has won how many 6 games? So we're saying that she has to win more than 3 games? Oh, maybe then. I guess more than 3 games. Serve out wide. Sonny says no 3 times the charm. Yeah. Max says, does Steph believe in life after this match? Serve down the tee from Alcaraz, then goes into out. He's missed it. 15-30. What's going on? I'd love to see Alcaraz and a young Keanu Reeves face off, or believe in himself, in better words. Yeah. Right, here we go. Alcaraz struggling to close this out. Bit weird, to be honest with you. If I was Djokovic, I'd be thinking it's because he's scared to play me. You'd be like, it's because he knows I'm next. I'm psyching him out. Right, 15-30. Serve is a kick serve. Backhand is good from Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand here. Forehand into win. It's long. What is Alcaraz doing? What is Alcaraz doing? 15-40. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Like I said, David is on a roll with the funny comments. This is crazy. So Tsitsipas, by the way, hasn't had any break points this whole match. Now he has 2 when Alcaraz is serving for the match. What? So random. Serve is a let. Multi says, what on earth, Carlitos? Took me a while today, says David. Served on the tee. Backhand in the middle from Tsitsipas. Forehand on the line from Alcaraz. It's a shank from Tsitsipas. And it is out. So, 1 breakpoint saved. 30-40. The multi says doing it slow, and if Steph gets this to 5, oh yeah, exactly. But if he gets it to a tiebreaker, that's a real slow Stevens, isn't it? I can't believe she did that still. If she'd won that set, I would have been ecstatic. 30-40. Serve is a let. First serve coming up. Second serve was a big one. Oh, drop volley. He's made it. Oh, the call's out. They're going to have a look at it. I thought that was in. Drop volley is out. Oh, my gosh. He breaks back. We're back on serve. What is going on? 5-4. Oh, what the hell? Tsitsipas. What is going on? Hedgehog face. What's covering on? Exactly. Go on, Steph, says David. Oh my gosh. What am I watching? Well, you know what? We said we wanted to see him fight. He's doing it now. Mistakes, to be fair, from Alcaraz as well hasn't helped himself, in all honesty, but crazy. Multi says strange scenes. Pame! Yeah, always says Justini. Justini was right. I take it back, Justini, you're right. You said there'd be a twist. There has been a twist. Guys, as well, thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Remember to hit that like button. Do subscribe if you're new. It doesn't cost you anything. Help us out with the algorithm. Help us to grow as well. It is appreciated, of course. Max says Stefanos pulled and oops, I did it again in the last minute. Yeah, is Steph playing better? He's just playing with freedom, I think, a little bit. So serving quite big, forehands, firing. I do think Alcaraz has made a few mistakes, which he hasn't made in the match so far. So I think it's a mixture, really, of Steph just being like, I've got nothing to lose, to Alcaraz being like, oh, hold on, I'm close to winning this, and then almost like not putting himself, but being a little bit tentative, let's say, with his ground strokes. Joe finds that Steph has finally shown up. Yeah, well, Steph he'll serve again to stay in this match. David says, Max, I'd love to see Steph and Brittany in a battle of the catwalk, the catwalk even. Greg says, Casey in the sunshine ban, how's things? Yeah. Serve out wide, backhand cross from Tsitsipas, backhand cross from Alcaraz, backhand cross again. Into win goes Alcaraz. Steph on the stretch goes long, now 15. Alcaraz is like, I've had enough of this. I want to get this done now. Matthew says, does anyone in the chat, the stadium, or watching around the world actually believe this match will be extended beyond this set? We all know Carlos will break back. Yeah. Hard to disagree. There's a Steph would be in a Britney music video, definitely. That last go for broke adjustment. Good serve on the tee from Tsitsipas. Where's the serving been? Great serve down the tee. Alcaraz on the stretch can't make it. When you don't care, you always get your back into it. It's true. Carlos will break back. I agree, says Joe. Fine. Very harsh, Matthew says David. I'd like to thank Joe for coining that term to Casey. Served on the tee into the backhand of Alcaraz. It's deep. And it's too deep from Alcaraz. It's gone long. 30-15. What is going on? What is going on? I kind of want Steph to take this. If Steph takes this set, I'll be really happy. Come on, Steph, do it. I'm like cheering him on, even though I don't really care who wins. I kind of want Alcaraz to win because I want to see Djokovic Alcaraz. But it's okay if he wins in 4 sets. Alcaraz, I mean, no harm, no foul. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a wake up call. Like, okay, I'm not invincible. Backhand to backhand, into out goes Tsitsipas. Backhand cross again from Alcaraz. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas. Drop shot. Tsitsipas gets there, dinks it into net though. 30 all. Rastani says, David says if he gets to 5 all, it seems. Agreed. Serve is long from Tsitsipas. Second serve. Backhand to backhand here. Oh, what a backhand on the line from Tsitsipas. From Alcaraz even. Oh, Alcaraz. Alcaraz just steps it up. Beautiful backhand on the line. He has another match point. 30-40 here. Paris will explode. Philippe Chatrier will be loud. FBI, don't hunt me down. I'd like one more set. David, oh my god, Dick. Crazy comments. 4-5. Another match point to face Djokovic in the semi-finals. Let first serve. Come on, Tsitsipas. You've done so well to break back. Hold serve at least. Take us to 5 all. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, Tsitsipas. Serve in. Backhand miss again. 4th match point is gone becking. Oh my god. 4th match point. He's just squandered 4 of them. Oh my gosh. Juice. There's his 3 saved. Come on. 4 saved. 4. I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Oh, serve out wide. Forehand missed from Alcaraz as Tsitsipas charges the net. He's gone long with a forehand. Nothing, Max. Max says Pisano making me laugh right now. Oh my god. Who's winning it all? Says Jeff. Well, Alcaraz or Djokovic, but maybe Tsitsipas. Serve out wide, backhand is out from Alcaraz. Oh, Tsitsipas is going to win the French Open. Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's going to do it. 5 all. Oh, this is making me smile. Oh, this is making me smile. Come on, Steph. Like he heard all of us telling him, come on. Come on, Steph. Come on, Steph. Do it. And Mortis is unbelievable. Suddenly this match has nerve. Yeah, look, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Is it only 3 match points? I thought it was 4. I know he had 2 on Steph's serve before. No, you're right. I think, David, it was 3. It's been 3 in total. Alcaraz at 5 all here. Oh, serve Donatee's an ace. Beautifully executed from Alcaraz. 15 love. Now, Steph just needs to hold his nerve here. He has to take us to at least a tiebreaker. Otherwise, I'm going to DM him on Instagram and be like, you're choked. Not really. 15 love. So, back-to-back aces from Alcaraz. He's like, okay, well, I've managed to not take 3 match points, but it's okay. I'm going to win at some point. Yeah, Anthony in the house. Steph on the comeback, making a match of this. Justani says he came back against Nadal in the quarters in Australian Open in 2021. That's true. Oh, he says it's a pass. Justani says if Steph gets this, he ain't going down or going away easily. Second serve into the backhand of Steph. Slice from Tsitsipas cross courts. Drop shot from Alcaraz, too good, surely. Steph gets there, though. What a get. Oh, Alcaraz gets the thing for sport and pummels the forehand into sport. 40 love. There's a Vamos from Alcaraz. He's like, don't forget, I'm the man. Not Tsitsipas. I'm the man. I have 3 match points. Why are you cheering on him? Say my name. That's what he's saying right now. Davis has got to be a tiebreaker, yeah. Hey, what's up? Lurking on here. Let's see Steph make this tight. Yeah, come on. Let's give us at least a tiebreaker. So that wide. Backhand miss from Tsitsipas. Okay, not to worry. Not to worry. Tsitsipas will have to serve to stay in the match again, but he's done it twice. And he's also broken back as well. And what we're going to see from Tsitsipas now is 4 more first serves. And it's going to hold to love. All good. Davis says Alcaraz is a monster. What the heck? Guy doesn't know when the rally's done. Yeah, Davis says, wow, huge vamos. It sounds like they're saying vamos with a B instead of a V, doesn't it, when he says it? He's like, vamos. I'm like, hey, hold on. Are you saying vamos or vamos? Maybe I'm saying the same thing. Losing my mind. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for tuning in. Become a member if you want to support us even further. Thank you to everyone that's a member, by the way. You guys are the real heroes. Genuinely. It does help a lot. Right? Any contribution to the channel comes back into the channel and helps us make the channel better and better. So it's appreciated. Who knows? One day maybe I can do it full time. That's the dream. And then you guys would be in for a real treat. I tell you. Sheriff says, come on, Tsitsipas, give us a tiebreaker. Agreed. And he says, only Nadal does that better. There is no quarter or point ever given ever. Yeah, true. True. I think nowadays it's Alcaraz, right? Because Nadal is a little bit older, just a little bit. 37 years old. But yeah, Nadal back in the day was, oh man, like, didn't know when the point was over. Like, come on, man, you're getting pummeled here. And he's like, no, I'm going to win this point. For that Murray Kokonakis point at the Australian Open. Oh my gosh. How did Kokonakis lose that point, eh? Anyway, 5-6 here. So Donati from Tsitsipas is in. Gets the short return. Drop shot. Oh, yes. Yes, Tsitsipas. Come on. This is more like it. Big first serve. Drop shot. Alcaraz doesn't even get there. Speedy Alcaraz can't get to it. 15 love. Justini with the 2. Thank you so much, Justini. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you for that. Vim says, this won't be good for Carlos against Novak. Give Novak an inch. He will take a mile. Justini says, this is done. Second serve into the backhand of Alcaraz. Drop shot again from Tsitsipas. It's not good enough, surely. Oh, it's a little lob volley, though, from Tsitsipas. In. Smashed forehand from Alcaraz. Crunches it. He's not really at Tsitsipas. It's kind of to his backhand side. He can't make the volley. 15-all. Tsitsipas will be disappointed with that. Should have won that point. Come on, Steph. Make something of this. Nadal's racket goes even close to the ball. He gets it back guaranteed. Just terrifying, yeah. Forehand from Alcaraz finds the net. Oh, grab out wide from Steph. Come on, Steph. Come on. Forehand missed from Alcaraz. Oh, thank you, Zerafine, for the gifted member. Let's see who gets it. So that wide from Steph. Backhand to backhand here. Backhand is short from Alcaraz. Oh, Steph out hitting Alcaraz. Backhand to backhand. That's what I'm talking about. Who would have thought that? That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Really good backhand. I mean, Alcaraz couldn't stick with him. It's crazy. Gets the short ball, puts it away. Puts the short forehand away. 40-15, 2 game points take us to a tiebreaker. This is what we want. Juice Lover, welcome to becoming a member. Second serve. Forehand cross. Forehand to forehand here. Tsitsipas goes forehand on the line. Oh, it's a beautiful forehand. Sure, he's got to finish this off now. No, it's a good defensive slice from Alcaraz. Alcaraz gives up on it, though. He goes into him with a forehand, Steph. Alcaraz is like, oh, I think it was out. Oh, Alcaraz, what's he done? He gave up because he thought the into-out forehand was out. And then he goes to look at the mark and he's like, oh, no, sorry, I was wrong, says the chair umpire. It was in, actually. Oh, Alcaraz. Oh, Carlitos. Well, it's all good. We've got a tiebreaker. You know what? If Steph takes this tiebreaker, I want to see how it affects Alcaraz mentally. If at all, it might not. Steph to win this tiebreaker 7-4. Come on, Steph. Guys, I want your predictions for the tiebreaker in the chat. Steph has just come back. He saved 3 match points and taken us to a tiebreaker. This is what we want. So that wide from Alcaraz. Forehand is deep into the backhand of Alcaraz, who goes forehand in the middle, though. Backhand to backhand. Into out from Alcaraz on the forehand. Backhand is gone long from Tsitsipas. A massive vamos from Alcaraz. One love, Alcaraz. Max is upside down, inside out. This match, yeah. Indeed. Tiebreaker. Oh, I can't believe this. Vim says now it's the end. The hedgehog says 7-5. Alcaraz, I think he's saying there. 8-6 Carlos, says Max. Second serve from Tsitsipas into the backhand of Alcaraz. He's missed it down the line. He's missed it. Gone wide. Ambitious return from Alcaraz. See, that's the difference, though, between Alcaraz and Djokovic. Djokovic wouldn't go down the line with that return. He'd go cross-court in a tiebreaker. Alcaraz, though, he's fearless, I guess, in that way, and it can work both ways. Serve on the tee, backhand into backhand corner of Tsitsipas. Forehand into it is massive from Carlitos. What a forehand from Alcaraz. He gets the mini break. 2-1. There's a 10-8 Steph. 9-7 Tsitsipas. Oh, yeah, come on. This is what we want. We're going to cheer him on, guys. Someone call his dad. Tell his dad to pipe up. This is the time when you need to cheer on your son rather than moaning at him. Come on, get behind him now. 2-1. Alcaraz serving here. Kick serve goes into the net. Second serve coming up. Come on, Steph. Steph's got to make this return. Carlitos looking, of course, to get this done. Second serve. Backhand is a shank. Oh, Tsitsipas. Stop channeling your inner Tsitsipas from 2 sets ago. Come on. Where's the Steph that's been playing the last few games of this set? Vim says, has any of them had a tiebreaker in this tournament? Yes, Steph, I know, had some in the first set against Vested. I think he won it. I could be wrong. Sean says, who needs percentage play? Take that, yeah. Serve into the body of, Tsitsipas again. The backhand goes long. Oh, his backhand is killing him. Oh, Steph's backhand's killing him. 4-1 Alcaraz. Absolute clunker of a backhand. No, not even one as well. 3. Just starting, is Hedgehog allowed to watch the French? Hedgehog is actually a panda. Multi says Carlos has had 19 forehand winners. Rockets, yeah. I hope Stefanos can take this. I want more tennis. Same. It's looking unlikely, though, here at 1-4. But you know what? You never know in a tiebreaker. You never know. Right, let first serve here at 1-4. He's got 2 service points. If he can win the next 2 points, 3-4, you never know. Make some returns rather than shanking them. So out wide as Steph comes in, puts away the dry forehand volley. 2-4. Gerafine says, Rude Runa will be a night match. Norwegian TV says, yeah, the schedule's already out, Gerafine. So Rude Runa is the night match. And then before that is Zverev Echeverry in the 2 morning matches. So it's Ons Jabeur versus Haddad Mayer first. And then we've got Swiatek Coco Goff. Matthew says it's appropriate that Steph's backhand will be what finally puts him to bed in this match. Maybe. Yeah, so Rude versus Runa we will be doing tomorrow as a night match. And then most likely, probably one of Ons Jabeur, Haddad Mayer, Swiatek Goff. Need to figure out which one. I'd actually love to do, by the way, I would absolutely love to do Zverev Echeverry. I think Echeverry's got a good chance, but I just won't have time. I'd love to do it, though. So out wide from Steph. And the forehand's missed from Alcaraz. There's a serve volley attempt. Didn't need to volley, though. Alcaraz misses a return. 4-3. David says Zverev looked really good versus Dimitrov, but also it's the history of Dimitrov. How much can we take from that match? So I watched that whole match. I did the commentary for that match, David. So first set, Zverev looked really good, almost bageled him. After that set, though, David, he was quite poor. Dimitrov was just a lot worse, in all honesty. He was just a lot poorer, was Dimitrov. But Zverev, very good in the first set. After that, not so good. So out wide, and it's a lob backhand return from Tsitsipas. Oh, what a put away from Alcaraz. That is clutch. Takes the forehand on the drive volley, puts it away. Holy moly. Talk about cojones. 5-3. High pressure situation, takes it out the air. I mean, basically going backwards as well. I mean, I would miss that every day of the week. Just he says, wow. Seriously, I'm just watching it just makes me admire how good these guys are. Serge on the tee, slice from Tsitsipas. Goes into the net, but the call is out. Big point coming up, of course, because if Alcaraz takes this next point, he'll have set and match points again. Tsitsipas, you just feel needs to win this next point. Come on. Backhand in the middle. Forehand into out. Backhand cross from Steph. Into out forehand from Alcaraz. Oh, it's very close to the line. It's clipped it, I think, though. Backhand on the line from Steph. Forehand cross from Alcaraz. Slice from Steph. Backhand cross from Alcaraz. Comes to the net. And it's an awkward backhand from Tsitsipas. Goes wide for the backhand. So it is 3 match points for Alcaraz. He didn't manage to take 3 match points in the earliest stages of this set. Can he take them now? Castani says, I don't smash very well. That's tough. He agreed. David says, that's a horrific lob. It was, wasn't it, from Steph? Oh, man, it was. Guys, as well, 100 of you in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button, please, and do subscribe if you're new. Steph is serving to stay in this match. And match points down. Serve into the net. Second serve coming up. Second serve into the backhand. Backhand to backhand. Forehand into the net from Alcaraz. 1 match point saved. Oh, well, I say 1 match point. It's 4th match point saved. 2 more match points for Alcaraz. The next one's on Tsitsipas' serve again, though. Tsitsipas needs another big serve. Can he find it? He can. Oh, it's an ace. Oh, Tsitsipas, come on. He's coming up clutch. Massive serve from Tsitsipas. Goes from 6-3 to 2 massive serves. The second one, an ace. Alcaraz has a match point on his serve for the first time. So Alcaraz 6-5. His serving. Secure a place in the semi-finals against Djokovic. Oh, it's a little volley. It's a half volley from Alcaraz. Tsitsipas tries to pass him down the line. Backhand volley from Alcaraz into the open court. Carlos Alcaraz, he does it at the 6th time of asking, the 6th match point of asking. Gets it done. He wins in straight sets, wins 6-2, 6-1, 7-6. He'll meet Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals. The much-awaited semi-final. Who will win it? Who knows? But either way, it's going to be a cracker. Both players going into it fresh and off 2 very impressive wins. Oh, what a win. What a win in the end. Definitely an entertaining last set at least. It looked like he was going to win so comfortably. But Tsitsipas fought back quite nicely in that 3rd set, in all honesty. And definitely fought on longer and dragged out longer than expected. Oh, yeah, very, very good. Moment of truth, says Justine. It really was. Crowd believes. I'm proud of Steph tonight, says Vims. Good game, says Greg. Fair play, Alcaraz. Yeah, exactly. Fair play, Alcaraz, indeed. Guys, remember to hit that like button, please, if you haven't done so already before you leave. And do subscribe if you're new. We will be doing a preview for Runa versus Rude. We'll be covering the match tomorrow as well. So do keep an eye out for that. Malty says, well, at least we got something out of the match. The latter stage of the 3rd set, but too good, Carlos. Agreed. Thank you, Fazan, says Max. Thank you, Max. David says, glad Steph didn't collapse in that 3rd set. Did himself proud, but still nowhere near enough at all in this head-to-head. Agreed. It's a shame he couldn't play like that for all 3 sets. I'm not saying he would have won. He might have lost in straight sets, but it would have been 3 tighter sets at least. Matthew says, to play that clutch and smartly in the tiebreaker was more impressive than if he'd won 6-4 in the 3rd. Not sure. I get what you mean in terms of mental fortitude. Casey says, Steph goes out with a bang. Great call, Fazan. Have a great one. QualityShot fam. Thank you, Greg. We didn't get the 4 sets, but it was close. Yeah. Cheers, Fazan, says the Maltese. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciated. We will see you guys tomorrow for another big quarterfinal. At least 1 anyway, if not 2. See you guys then. And also keep an eye out for our previews, of course, which will be released very, very soon.